Dear friend, have you ever felt like you're hanging on for dear life, clinging to something out of fear? Maybe it's a job, a relationship, or even an expectation. What if I told you the key to real freedom isn't holding on, but letting go? Today, we're diving into a powerful lesson about letting go of the attachments that weigh us down, because sometimes, freedom comes from the simplest act of trust. Welcome to the Motivation Zone at Freedom, where we explore how to unlock a life of peace and clarity by learning to drop the rope. Dear friend, I want you to picture this scene in your mind: a monk, dangling from the edge of a steep cliff, his hands gripping a rope with all his strength. Below him, the ground is distant and terrifying, while above, the path back to safety seems impossible. His heart pounds in his chest, and his arms ache from holding on, but he knows that letting go means facing the unknown. In this moment of fear and desperation, he cries out to his master for help. His voice trembles, hoping for a solution to save him from this perilous situation. His mind is clouded with fear, and he feels the weight of his survival resting on the strength of his grip. The monk's plea reaches his master, who responds with a calmness that is almost unsettling in the intensity of the moment. "Let go of the rope," the master says, as if the answer were so simple. The monk is bewildered. How could he possibly let go? His life depends on it. In a state of confusion and hesitation, he calls out again, "But how can I let go? I'll fall." His mind clings tightly to the belief that holding on is the only way to survive. The master, unshaken, replies with wisdom that cuts through the monk's fear: "When you truly give up, you will be free." In that moment, the monk begins to understand that the rope he clings to symbolizes more than just survival. It represents the desires, fears, and attachments that keep us trapped. Letting go, as his master advises, isn't about giving up, it's about releasing the grip that keeps us bound to suffering. True freedom, the monk realizes, comes from surrendering to the moment and trusting in life itself. This simple yet profound story carries a powerful lesson rooted in the Buddha's teachings. It illustrates how our endless desires and fears act like ropes, binding us to suffering. These ropes represent the attachments we hold on to, the belief that we must cling to material things, achievements, or even control to find happiness. But just like the monk hanging from the cliff, the tighter we hold on, the more trapped we become. Buddha's vision teaches us that freedom is found not in grasping, but in releasing. When we let go of these mental burdens, our desires, fears, and attachments, we discover true peace and liberation. It's not about abandoning life, but about releasing the suffering that comes with attachment. In the Buddha's philosophy, these attachments are the root of all suffering. The more we crave or fear, the more we entangle ourselves in a cycle of endless dissatisfaction. The monk's master simply pointed to this truth: by letting go, by surrendering the need for control, the monk could experience a deeper, more profound freedom, a freedom beyond the physical or mental constraints of his situation.
In our modern lives, dear friend, we all have our own ropes, whether it's the constant pursuit of success, the pressure to meet expectations, or the fear of failure. We hold on to these things, believing they define us or secure our happiness. But according to Buddha's philosophy, fear itself is another form of attachment, and it can trap us just as much as desire. Fear of loss, fear of the unknown, or fear of letting go is often what holds us back the most. But letting go, as the story of the monk teaches us, is not about giving up on life. It's about releasing the mental weight we carry, the worries, expectations, and fears that constantly pull us down. Just as the monk thought holding onto the rope was his only chance for survival, we often believe that holding on to our desires or fears is the only way to stay in control. Yet, it is in letting go of these mental burdens that we find real freedom to live fully, with peace, clarity, and presence. So, the next time you find yourself clinging to something out of fear or desire, ask yourself, what would happen if I let go? You might just find that true freedom lies on the other side. Now, dear friend, let's take this profound story and apply it to our daily lives through Buddha's teachings. The first step is to identify the cords or ropes that are holding you back. What are you clinging to out of fear or desire? It could be the need for approval, material success, or even the fear of uncertainty. Once you recognize these attachments, you begin the journey toward freedom. Buddha taught that our attachments are not physical, they are mental. When you practice mindfulness, you'll notice that most of what you cling to exists only in your mind. Whether it's fear of failure or desire for more, these are mental creations that bind you. But with awareness, you can begin to loosen the grip they have on your life. As you continue this practice of mindfulness, you'll realize something profound. The moment you acknowledge that these attachments are only in your mind, their power over you decreases. You no longer feel bound by them, and the weight they carry begins to lighten. This is when the true freedom Buddha spoke of begins to emerge, the freedom to live without being controlled by fear or desire. This is the practical wisdom of letting go. Dear friend, the moment you let go of the rope is the moment you set yourself free. When you release your mental attachments, you open the door to inner peace and true liberation. Life no longer feels like a constant struggle to hold on, but becomes a peaceful flow where you can move with clarity and purpose. Take a moment to reflect on your life. What cords are you holding onto that are preventing you from living with peace and freedom? Once you let go of these attachments, you will find that the things you feared are no longer as powerful as they seemed. If this story has resonated with you, dear friend, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more life-changing insights. Together, we can continue on the journey toward inner freedom and peace.